Names hold a huge importance to our world, and some sort of meaning is attached to a lot of them. We are given names at birth and live our lives building on top of that foundation. To add to that, many of us adopt online monikers at some point. Under that name, you gain a reputation that shapes how others see you, for better or for worse. Even if you go off the grid or change usernames, your past with that old name can catch up to you in various ways. In the world of Boku no Hero Academia, hero names hold a similar weight. They convey things about the characters, and these heroes build rapport under them with their actions. The hero name is one of the most important parts to the hero's persona. With the gravity that names have in Boku no Hero Academia, the act of choosing them is a huge occasion, and with it comes a great deal of pressure. As the show mentions, many of these names chosen for internships stick with the fledgling heroes. While UA prepares their students en masse for the world of professional heroism, this particular event is individualistic. It's the birth of each student's future. Let's relate it to a more mundane struggle. When I was going through names for this channel, I constantly questioned myself, how marketable is this name? How will I do branding for this? It was the creation of a new avenue I built up in my own life that could take me in many different directions, positive or negative. Taking into account the anime's world, this complex choice becomes much more monumental. On top of the existing tension of picking a name, some characters in Boku no Hero have their own personal factors that add more to the situation. One of those is family. Family and one's upbringing play a big role in human development, and this extends to the choice of hero names. For example, Todoroki, following his fight with Deku that gave him a chance to shrug off his insecurities and frustrations at his father, chooses his own first name as his hero name. It shows his own introspection. He's starting his journey to move forward after his rough childhood situation and an abusive father that tore apart his family. He wants to find himself and his own place in the world of heroes that is more than the son and pawn of Endeavor's chess game. While accepting himself and his power will be a long-term goal, his choice of hero name is a birth to a better future. Tenya's familial burden comes at a different angle. After his brother Tensei is crippled from the Stain encounter, Tenya is presented with the opportunity to live on as a hero in Genium. This creates a lot of pressure since he doesn't see himself on the same level as his brother, whom he reveres. Ingenium is Latin for genius and talent, and this is a perfect summary of the image of Tensei as both a hero and a person the anime portrays up to this point. Tenya, despite his own skills, isn't ready to bear the weight of that name's reputation and personal meaning. His whole world has been permanently rocked, and his own hero is out of commission for good. He goes with his own name as well, but his face is different from Todoroki's, turned away from the class in shame. On the other hand, Kirishima's hero name, Red Riot, is an attempt to pay homage to the image of his own idol, Crimson Riot. It brings to mind the classic quote, "With great power comes great responsibility." Inheriting a moniker means that you have to live up to the name and stature behind it. This is something that happens in Western comics, such as Dick Grayson taking up the mantle of Batman, and Miles Morales doing the same for Spider-Man. Kirishima shows himself to be mentally prepared and excited to do so. The same can't be said for Deku. Deku grew up as a huge fan of All Might, creating names as a child that were All Might alterations. However, after meeting All Might, obtaining One for All, and witnessing up close the magnitude the name All Might holds in their society, he can't in good conscience take that upon himself. While not a direct comparison, All Might holds a similar place as Superman does to his world. He's a pillar, a beast among heroes, an upstanding example of heroism. Deku at this point is still growing as a person. He has his own strengths and potential, but with that comes his flaws. He proceeds down his own path as a hero. He's Deku, the boy who will turn his uselessness, his lack of, and subsequent lack of full control over his power to someone who can do anything he puts his mind to, someone who is the greatest. These names symbolize the character's personal journeys, approaches, and struggles, and humanize them further. even through simple names like Froppy, which showcases Tsuyu's friendliness, and Bakugo's attempt to name himself things like Lord Explosion Murder. The people that they are attached to are brought to life. They are a piece of the legacy that our protagonist, as well as others in that world, will leave in their wake. Their names are important.